Hey family, welcome to Family Meeple. I'm Raymond and this is Marvel United, the beginning of our brand new campaign. I apologise to those folks that expected a game of Thunderstone Quest. I will get to it. I have got the all the kit up there, but I wanted to dive into this. I've just spent a lot of time sorting out all of my cards, so they are now all organised for the entire multiverse. There's a lot of cards, and then I've just gone through and sorted out my villain cards, like extra cardboard sets. So everything is all now organised except for my miniatures, so that's the next thing I need to get to organising. But in the meantime, this is the Marvel United crossover campaign. This is available on Board Game Geek. So if you look up the X-Men campaign, Board Game Geek, you'll find a link to this. This is from Don. Appreciate this, Don. Thank you. I'm really enjoyed playing through everything season 1, and this is now the crossover for everything season 1 and 2. So looking forward to that. So there's various sort of bits and bobs and goals, and there's a whole map like we had in season 1, but much crazier, because of course it is now season 1 and season 2. But rather than starting off with, of course, our trusted characters, heroes and villains that we've come to know and love in season 1, I figured, you know what, let's break the seal and have a look at some of the X-Men goodies. So that is what we've got set up on the table. This is everything from This is some of the elements from the core box of the X-Men Marvel United Season 2 core box. So let's have a look and see what we've got set up on the table. So we have our first, I think this is our first, I don't think we had any of these in Season 1. We have our first purple miniature. So with the purple dudes, it means they can be played as either good guys or bad guys. They are the mix of the blue and the red. So normally you have red as the villain, blue as the heroes. So these are mixed, so these can be played as either or. So in this instance, we are playing against Magneto as the villain. So he is who we will be facing off against. Now it says here with 2 heroes, we're going to be giving him 5 health. Let's have a look at his dashboard. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so it says special rules. At the start of each villain turn, add a civilian in the location opposite to Magneto's. When he bams, we're going to add a thug and deal 1 damage to each hero in his location, and each hero in this and adjacent locations must discard an action token if they have any. Okay. In the event of overflow, if it can't be, then turn all civilians in that location over, and in both adjacent locations into thugs. And the villainous bodies, the heroes lose if at any moment there are no civilians at any locations. Okay, now so starting out, as you see, we do have a number of civilians here, here, and 1 here. We've got 2 locations with no civilians at all. Okay, so we'll start off and work out where he's going to land. So he will begin in location number 5. So we'll go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will start over at the Sentinel Space Station, and we're going to have a look at these new locations. But before we do that, let's have a look who's going to be fighting off against Magneto. Of course, who else but the X-Men themselves. So we have Cyclops in the first instance. So we'll draw up his starting hand. Okay, so we've got 2 of his leadership cards. In fact, I'm just gonna double check and just give him a good old shuffle on camera. No shenanigans going on here. Thank you very much. So just give him a quick shuffle. Okay, I'm really excited to dig into this. Okay, so again, so we've got a single wild, a leadership with a heroic feat, and the leadership with the move again. But did I just draw the same cards? What was that? Anyway, so our second hero will be Jean Grey. So very much the love or two of the three corners of the love triangle, I guess, maybe. Although I'm not quite convinced. Did Scott really anyway? Right, so Jean Grey. So we have major telekinesis. So let's have a look. So it's a heroic feat and an attack, split as you like in your and adjacent locations, and a move. We've got her 2 telepathy cards straight at the bat as well. So that's a single wild, and then can swap the previous hero card in the storyline with any other hero card in the storyline. So she can swap something prior in order to gain the benefits for her. Not so sure I wanted those in my opening hand, but there it is. That's the way it is, folks. Okay, so what you now also need to do, of course, is to deal out the threat cards. So again, just going to give them a quick shuffle on camera, and we'll see what the threats are that Magneto is going to be bringing to the table for us. So location number 1, we'll go through the locations as well as we're going. So this is Genosha. Okay, and at the end of your turn, you may rescue a civilian from this location. Don't think you're going to be fussed about that one. So that is where we'll find Quicksilver as a henchman. So he comes in with 4 health, and he says he's going to, in the event of a BAM, he's going to do 1 damage to the hero with the most cards in hand. Doesn't matter where you are. If multiple has the same number of cards, the heroes choose. Okay, so moving up to location 2, we have the Hangar Bay. So at the end of your turn, you may gain 1 move, a heroic feat, or attack token. And it is here we're going to have the magnetic force field. 4 heroic feats to clear. Wowza. As long as Magneto in this location or adjacent locations, he cannot be damaged. Then we've got the Xavier Institute for higher learning. So at the end of your turn, you may draw 3 cards until you have 3 cards in your hand. Excuse me. Okay, so that's our healing spot, and there we have Blob. So he comes in with 5 health. So 3, 4, 5. Okay. And in the event of a BAM, discard 1 civilian from this location, deal 1 damage, and give a crisis token to 1 hero in this location as well. Ouch. Heroes using movement to leave this location must use 2 instead of 1. Then we have Muir Island, the Mutant Research Center. At the end of the turn, another hero in this or an adjacent location may draw a card. So this is where we have the other magnetic force field. And then we've got the Sensible Space Station where Magneto restarted. So at the end of your turn, you may discard a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to swap a card from your hand with 1 in the face-up cards in the storyline. Okay, and this one we'll have Scarlet Witch. So she'll come in with 4 health, and she says in the event of a BAM, each hero in this location must take a random card from their hand and remove it from the game. That is nasty. Thankfully, it is restricted to just that location, so I think as long as we avoid that location, we don't have to pay that penalty. And then finally we have the Weapon X facility. So at the end of the turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to gain 2 attack tokens. And this is where we'll have Mastermind coming in with 4 health. And in the event of a BAM, heroes in this location and adjacent locations reveal 1 random card from their hand. For each attack at the bottom, discard a civilian from that hero's location. Okay, so a lot going on, a lot of henchmen also trying to get rid of civilians, of course, as well as Magneto. So let's shuffle up Magneto's cards. We've worked out where he's starting. We need to put ourselves on the board as well. So we will be beginning over in the Hangar Bay. Okay, it's good for us because I want to clear that magnetic force field, because that means that he can't take any damage. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. Right, so shuffle up. Let's see what he does. So 3, another man. So he will move to our location. 1, 2, and 3, straight over to the hangar bay. And he's going to put out 3 thugs. Put those out. No civilians, unfortunately. And apologies, it did say special rules. I forgot already. We're doing great. At the start of each villain turn, add a civilian to the location opposite. That is there. So that is now primed for overflow. Can't see because I haven't switched my camera. Apologies. So he's moved over here, and then he's put a thug here, here, and here. And he had to, before he did anything else, at the start of his turn, put a civilian out, which he's done now here at the hangar. Okay, so that is it for his turn. I feel we got away maybe a bit lightly there. Let's go ahead and move on to Cyclops, who gets his double heroic feat. That's quite tasty. We will definitely use that. Okay, so 2 heroic feats with that extra expensive magnetic force field. Let's start clearing this off. Okay, so wrong location. Apologies, folks. Right, so you go away at the table for like a week, and it brain pop. Okay, so we've got 2 of the 4 that we need to do to clear that. We are over to Jean Grey, who has a single wild. I mean, we could use the single wild for sure. Or what else would I want to do? I could do major telekinesis, which would give Cyclops a move as well. That's probably good because we want to ideally want to get Blob out of the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning, but we need to attack him, and we've not got much in the way of attack at the moment. Which isn't great. It's not great. We need to clear those thugs as well. Okay, it's in that location, so let's go ahead and use the single wild at this time. Do you want to move down to Kenosha? No, that's fine. We'll stay where we are. And we're doing the double wild, double heroic feat. Clear this. So that is our first threat cleared. We'll go ahead and claim that. Huzzah! We have a single wild, which we'll do to attack a thug. We want to leave those civilians out there. We want to clear the thugs. Okay. So we've at least given ourselves a bit of breathing space for overflow, and we are back to Cyclops, who has a single move. Not much use. I think we're going to do a single wild. Is that what I want to do? Single wild? Oh, and Jean Grey said, sorry. So at the end of your turn, may gain a token. So let's go ahead and gain an attack token for Jean Grey, because we definitely need more attack. Okay, so we've got a single heroic, single wild at the moment in the storyline. And what are we thinking Scott is going to want to do? What Scott gonna want to do? Scott, this is a single wild. Let's have a reflection coming from? Here. It's there. Flipping lights in this place, I tell you. Nightmare. Right, so apologies. So leadership from move, heroic feat. I don't want to rescue a civilian. Could maybe afford to rescue a civilian. No, do you know? See, whatever I put down, it's going to be wasted as it is at the moment if I don't move from there. I don't want to end up there in case of a BAM. If I end up there, it makes no difference. So let's go ahead and go here, I reckon. Okay. We're going to go there. And we're going to do the... we're going to go with the leadership with a move. Okay. So leadership with a move means we give... Jean Grey a heroic feat token. So she's got a wild token. And then we've got a move and a wild. So with that wild, we'll clear a thug. And we're going to move. And that's us done. So we're priming Jean Grey to hopefully go over to the Xavier Institute and whack Blob. That's the idea, folks. But let's see what Magneto has to say about that. He's going to move 2 and do Magneto's helmet. So let's have a look first of all. Let's do a move 2. So he's over at Muir Island. There's the other magnetic force field. And let's go ahead and see if we can get this get the camera working. Okay, so Magneto's helmet says, until the next villain turn, cancel all special effects on hero cards, and Magneto and his henchmen ignore the first damage each hero turn. Oof. Quite harsh. Okay. So put that back up there. And then he's going to put out 2 thugs. They're going to go either side of him. So there'll be one over here, Sentinel Station, and we are now at overflow over at Xavier's Institute for Higher Learning. So that's him done. So we can't use any specials, which is all Jean currently has. So let's hope she draws something like a double wild or double heroic feat. That's not what we wanted by a long shot. And she can't use her specials. That, folks, is frustrating. Okay, here's what it is. Right, so we will use the double heroic feat. That's what we want to do. Don't have a choice in the matter. Don't have a choice in the matter. Right. So, double heroic feat is what we're going to do. And she has a move. Double heroic feat. So we'll rescue 1 civilian from Hangar Bay. We'll move across to Xavier's Institute and rescue 1 civilian from there. And then we've got... Okay, and then we've got a wild and an attack. So we'll do 2 points of damage onto Blob. Okay, he's got 3 points left. Not the progress I was hoping to make. So we are over to Cyclops. Oh, Tick Blast would have been great. So he's got 2 heroic feat in the storyline. So we're going to have to play a single wild, I think. The only real option. Which means we can do a heroic feat here to rescue a civilian, which I really don't want to do, but we're going to move. Am I going to clear that other civilian? No, I'm going to leave it out. We've got 4 civilians on the board. Not in a rush to collect civilians. Not what I want to be doing. I will gain an attack token. Give that to Scotty. Back over to Jean. All specials. That's not great. That is not great at all. Okay, so we're going to do the wild in order that we can do at least 2 points of damage to Blob. Unfortunately, I can't do any more than that. That was a frustrating turn. We are back to Magneto. And apologies, he should have put out the beginning of his turn, last turn, from here. 1, 2, 3. He should have put out a civilian. Apologies. Over here. And now at the beginning of this turn, he needs to put out a civilian. 1, 2, 3 over at Kenosha. So with remembering that, I would have rescued that civilian with that wild, because there would have been plenty out. Okay. So, villain turn. He's going to move 2 and a bam. So this is where it's going to start to hurt. Okay. 1 and 2 and bam. So let's remind ourselves now. Can't believe we went so long without a bam. 3rd round in. Wow. So add a thug. Let's go ahead and do that. Add a thug to his location. We've done. And then deal 1 damage to each hero in his location, which is nobody. Each hero in his and adjacent locations must discard an action token if they have any, and there are no heroes in his adjacent locations, so we got away with that. Okay, now we go around the board. So, starting where he is, we've got Mastermind. Heroes in this and adjacent locations reveal 1 random card. There are none, so that's done. Let's go across to Kenosha. Deal 1 damage to the hero with most cards in hand. If multiple, then we choose. So I'm going to put one of the telepathy, because I'm going to throw one of them away. I want telepathy. At this stage, yes. Okay, that's fine. So that's 1 damage from Quicksilver. Okay, moving up, there's nothing here. Bam. Discard a civilian from this location. That's gone. Deal 1 damage and give a crisis token to 1 hero in this location. So Jean will also take further damage and gain a crisis token. Okay. Put that up. Oops. Put that down there. Okay. And that's it for that one. Okay. Nothing with the force field. Scarlet Witch. Bam. Each hero in this location must take a random card from their hand and remove it from the game. Got nobody there. Okay. So we are done with the BAMs. Let's go back and resolve the rest. We're going to put out 3 thugs. Uh-oh. So we're going to put out 1 in this location. We're going to put out 1 in this location. So they are now primed for overflow. But we can't put 1 out in this location, so that overflow occurs. So let's remind ourselves, in the event of overflow, turn all civilians in that location in both adjacent locations into thugs. Ouch. So that now turns into a thug, as does that. We have 2 civilians left on the board. Ouch. That is nasty, folks. That is nasty. Okay, we are back to Cyclops. Optic blasts. Okay, so this is what we want. In both adjacent locations. Nice. And we've got a single ward in the storyline, so we're going to do an optic blast, which will enable us to do a point of damage over here to a thug, and a point of damage over here to a thug. And then with the wild, he's going to... Oh, sorry, we're not going to defeat a thug over there. Going to finish off Blob. That is our second threat cleared. He's gone. And then with the wild, you move across. And doesn't have to draw up cards. But ideally, we want to leave Jean there because she absolutely desperately needs to draw up cards. So, over to Jean. She has a move and a heroic feat. She has a move card. Of course she does. Anyway. So she will play Major Telekinesis, which enables her to gain a heroic feat and an attack, split as you like, in your and adjacent locations. So we're going to do a heroic feat over on the magnetic force field. We're going to do an attack in her location. And then the attack from Scott. Cyclops will also do in her location. And then she'll stay where she is. She gets to draw up 3 cards. So she is fully healed. There's a double wild. Nice. Okay, back to Scotty. Has his double wild as well. Nice. We've done a great job clearing that part of the board. Really need to get and clear that magnetic force field. And then I think we're probably going to be down to dealing with Scarlet Witch, maybe? Yeah, let's go ahead and do the double wild. So it means Cyclops will move and do 2 wilds over here. He doesn't have to heal up, so he's fine. Okay. That is it for us. A bit more productive that turn. And Magneto will stay where he is. He activates his helmet. So until the next villain's turn, cancel all special effects. And the henchman... Oh, I probably forgot about the henchman thing. Oh, that was... was the previous round. Oh... I think I forgot about that. So apologies. I think I may have forgot about that. And then he's going to put 2... Oh, he's going to put 2 thugs out. Which will only be 1 thug. Which means overflow occurs again. So in the event of overflow, turn all civilians in that location and adjacent locations into thugs, which means we lose the game because there are no civilians here. This is where it overflows. It's adjacent location. These get flipped, and the condition is the heroes lose if any moment there are no civilians on any location, which we have no civilians left. We're done. So that was hard. That was hard, and I think I made a boo-boo as well when I was attacking. I think I forgot the henchman ignoring the first damage. That was a harsh game out the gate. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to reset and replay because that was crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a moment. We'll flip those over. and I'll be right back. Hey family, welcome back. Okay, so I have reset the board now. Officially, according to the campaign rules, I cannot use the same heroes that we just lost, effectively, that were defeated in that battle. So what I've done is I've set up the locations exactly the same, so just reset out the tokens, but I have shuffled up the threat cards and the villain deck. So roll again to see where Magneto will start this game. So location number 3. So starting off, we are 1, 2, and 3. He will start over at Xavier's Institute. And let's have a look. Go around the board. We have Genosha may rescue civilian. That's going to be Quicksilver again. Okay, I did just shuffle these, but fair enough. Moving up, then we have the Hangar Bay. We can get tokens. Magnetic force field again. Okay. Xavier Institute, so that's our healing spot. Oh, Blob again. What is going on? This is set in stone, people. Flipping heck. I've just shuffled all these up. Exactly the same locations. Okay. So we have then Muir Island. Aha, Mastermind. Something different at least. Okay. So he comes in with 4 health. We have the magnetic force field, which means we have Scarlet Witch over here with 4 life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so board is reset. Let's see who will be joining us for this fray. So we have Iceman. I think this is the first time. I don't think we had any of these in the Season 1, so this is where we have the introduction of the translucent miniatures. So they're quite cute, like those, very good. So here we're starting off at the Weapon X facility. So we'll draw up cryokinesis. Okay. Attach a stun token to villain or henchman in your location. Next villain turn, their BAM cancelled and the token is discarded like that. A lot. Okay, move wild, and then we have Beast joining him, of course, from the X-Men. So this is the 4 heroes that I start the game with. I'm failing this. I'm moving across to the Avengers heroes because we run out. Okay, Genius Intelligence may treat heroic feats as wild this turn. Okay, so he'll also be over starting over Weapon X. We start with stays where he is. Organic ion manipulation. So give each hero, I'm not seeing this one, right, give each hero a crisis token, then each hero takes a number of damage equal to the number of crisis tokens. So probably better to come out early on in the game rather than later on, but that's where it is, folks. So we'll give Iceman a crisis token, screen, and he'll take a damage. So we'll put the single wild, and we've given a crisis token to Beast, and he'll put his single wild as well. Okay, save those for the end. Right. I'm looking at this. What is this a picture of? Get it. Oh, it's glasses. It's hanging upside down with glasses on. There you go. That's what it is. I was very confused. Right. Doesn't take a lot. Okay. And then he's going to put out a single. And I forgot again. He's going to start by putting out a civilian in their location. And then he will put out a single thug in his location. That's it. That's him done. Sorry. So we've got a civilian here and a thug over there. Okay. That's us done. That's him done, rather. It's now us to go. So, we'll draw. Double wild. Like it, like it, like it. Now, thankfully, it wasn't a BAM. So, I think while we're there, let's get rid of Scarlet Witch. And for those in the know, that is a reference to the spelling error that CMON made in the Witching Hour Scarlet dashboard which they didn't fix even on the reprint. Why? Anyway, so double wild. You do 2 points of damage to Scarlet Witch. Okay, you're going down. Moving across to Beast. We have a move and a heroic feat. I'm going to move and attack. Go ahead, do a move and attack. So first of all, the double wild. Let's do an attack on a wild. Attack on a wild gets rid of her. Okay, so may discard one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck in order to gain 2 attack tokens. Not interested in that at this time. Therefore, we want to move. So I'm going to move to... Okay, I'm going to move to the Sensible Space Station, and with my last wild, I'm going to put a heroic feat out. Ooh, I want to do this. Reveal a random card from their hand. Yeah. That's fine. There's no... Yeah, there's no civilians there, so that's fine. Okay. So we're back to Iceman. Cryokinesis. Attach stun token. But I've got to be where he is, and I'm not. Oh, or a henchman. Okay. I have got to move. Only a single move though. Could do a double move. And do a double attack. But if he bams, that's not great. It's not great at all. So, what do I want to do instead? I've got to move and attack. Yeah, I kind of would have wanted to put out the heroic feat, but we're going to do a move and attack. We have 2 move and 2 attack. Means I can't just fly around the board and start working towards clearing the other magnetic field. Which might be worth doing, I think. So we'll do 1 and 2. And we'll do an attack when we pass through here. And an attack as we pass through here. Okay. We definitely need to control that overflow. But the only place now at risk, which I couldn't get to, is here where the blob is. Okay. That's it for us. We are back to Magneto, who will 3, no bam, and put out thugs. So let's go ahead and have a look. So 1, 2, 3, and he's going to put out a single thug in that location and a single thug in each adjacent location. So that's fine. We've got capacity for those. And because there's no bam, there's nothing more to do there. Okay. So, we are back to Beast. Draw a card. Move and attack. Move and attack. So that could give him double move and 2 points of damage on Blob. That sounds like it's going to be worthwhile. So let's do that. So 1 and 2 and 2 points of damage on Blob. Okay, over to Iceman. Single move, that's not great. It's not great at all. Although I could put the stunned token on Blob, which could be worth it. We are at risk of overflow, however. Not that I'm going to get to do... Well, I could do 1, 2 and an attack. And then if he stays where he is, which he could do. He certainly could do that. It's a risk. Oh, I didn't do his thing again, did I? I didn't put out a civilian, so 3. So there's... Oh, a civilian should have come out here. Sorry, folks. A civilian should have come out here, which means when he went to place that thug, that would have failed. Which means that civilian became a thug, and also these 2 civilians became thugs. Darn it. Right, so yeah, definitely want to do the move, double move and attack, and we're going to do 1 and 2, and we'll do an attack to clear a thug there. Have I taken a... Yeah, I took a damage, didn't I? I'm not going to discard a card to get 2 attack tokens. That is not happening. Right, back to Beast. Leave an attack. Flippin' heck. Flippin' heck. Okay, so we'll do a move and attack, which means I have 2 moves and a single attack. So we'll do 1 attack on Blob and a double move to get out of Blob's space. I think that's as good as that was going to get, folks. Okay, so that is it for us. We are back to Magneto, who stays where he is, and bam. So let's remind ourselves. Bam. Add a thug to and do 1 damage to each hero in his location. So we're going to add a thug to that location. And before we do that, because it's the beginning of his turn, we're going to add a civilian over to Xavier's place. Okay, apologies. He's going to add a thug there and do a point of damage to Iceman. But Iceman will take, so would have been knocked out if he'd have tried to take attack tokens. Okay. And then we would have to delete, get rid of action tokens if we had any, but we haven't, so that's fine. And then we're going to go around and do BAMs. So let's do, so there's nothing where he currently is. Let's go ahead with Quicksilver. Deal 1 damage to the hero with most cards in hand. So that will be Beast. The move. No, we'll get rid of that one. Let's keep the move and heroic feat. Right. So there's no BAM here. The BAM here. Discard 1 civilian from this location. Okay. Deal 1 damage and give a crisis token to heroes here, which is none. Moving across then, heroes in this and adjacent locations, which is none. And then nothing here, and there was nothing here. So that's it for the BAM. And we're going to get overflow again. But thankfully, well, as much as I say thankfully, because it's the same location, nothing happens. But he will put out a thug over here, so that will now spread if it happens again. So that's not great. Okay. So that is it for us. For them, for him, we need to get that healing unlocked. We are back to Iceman. Right, feet. Okay. So we're doing this, though it aids us not. Right, we're going to add a stun token to Magneto. I can get in. Oh, have I not got a stun token? Oh. Do you know what? I don't think I know what a stun token is. Is that a stun token? Maybe. Let's use that. I thought it was a big token with BAM written on it, and that was a stun token. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I haven't. Yeah? I'm thinking these are all the new tokens. Okay. It's fine. Not in there. And they don't appear to be in here. There's no BAM tokens in there. I think they're still in my... I think I've still got them boxed up somewhere. Oops. Go. Okay. Apologies for that, folks. We'll use the blue thing instead. Okay, so we've put a a non-stun token out on Magneto, and he does have a heroic feat. Can't do anything with it. Oh no, we've got a move, an attack, and a heroic feat. Oh, interesting. So let's do an attack there. Which is another thug defeated. And we'll do a move, and we'll put a heroic feat out. Aha! Good. Did something at least. Right, over to Beast. Draws a card. Double wild. Beautiful. It would be if he had the ability to move and do something else. Ah! Okay. Can't move. Can't move. I could move and do a single attack. That is not going to get rid of Blob. Though Blob won't act next turn. So maybe I'm just going to have to take a chance. Okay. We'll do a double wild. Beast will move. We'll do a single heroic feat to rescue a civilian. And we'll do a single attack on Blob. He has 1 hit point left. Oh. In fact, no, I'm not going to rescue a civilian. Sorry. I'm going to put a heroic feat out on that before I move instead. Okay. That's it for Beast. We are back to Iceman, who has a single attack. And double wild. Okay, that'll do. So we'll do the single attack on a thug here, which gives us a little bit of breathing space. And the double wild will clear this magnetic force field. So that's the second threat cleared. At the end of your turn, may discard a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Swap a card from your hand. Well, that's no good because I've got 1 hit point, so that's not going to happen. Okay. That's it for us, folks. We're back to Magneto, who will one and a BAM, but won't BAM. But he will put out thugs, and we thankfully just cleared enough space to prevent that being an issue. So he will move and not BAM, but he will put out thugs. 1, 2, and 3. Whoosh. So we were right to do the stun. That is gone. But he will also put out a civilian before he moves. Apologies again. That's another civilian up here. Okay, we are over to Beast, who has an attack in the storyline. Regenerating factor, you may draw cards until you have 3 in hand. I am absolutely doing that for sure. So, we have a single attack from Iceman. That gets rid of Blob. Oh, I'd get to heal anyway. Anyway, that's fine. We've got a heroic feat, so we'll rescue a civilian. Oh no, in fact, I'm going to move. Oh, do I want to do that? No, I'm going to rescue a civilian. But I will move as well. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And I get to draw till I've got 3 cards in hand. Okay. That's helpful for where I am. That's helpful for where I am. But we need to defeat these thugs. We need to take care of these thugs. Come on, Iceman. What have you got? Oops. You've got a move and a heroic feat. That is not helpful, Iceman. Not helpful in the slightest. Okay. It is fine. It is what it is. I'm not going to risk rescuing civilians, however. So, I'm going to throw away 2 heroic feats. We'll move 1 and 2 and draw up. Nice. So we've got organic ice body. You cannot take any damage to the beginning of your next turn. Okay. It's good. And then we're back to Beast. And we've got Degeneration. It's nice for future. And I think we're going to clear. Oh, am I going to clear that? I don't really want to clear that. Oh, where's this flipping card that says heroic feats count as wilds? That's what I needed. It's absolutely what I needed. Right, I'm going to have to put him under pressure, aren't I? While we go around and try and clear thugs. And not die from losing all our civilians. What have we got? 4 locations with civilians. Okay, so we've got a turn's grace. Okay. What do we need? 1, 2, 3. And we've got a whole ton over there. Just don't want to waste that card. Is the issue. But I think that's probably going to be a better bet. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use the regenerating factor. It's a waste, but it means I get to do 2 moves, a heroic feat and an attack. So it means I can do 1 and attack and 2 and then I'm going to choose to take a point of damage in order to gain 2 attack tokens. That's what I'm doing, folks. That is it for me. Back to Magneto. Does 2. Right. Flipping heck. Right. Okay, it is what it is. So he's going to do move 2. 1 and 2. Sorry, before he moves, he's going to put out a civilian. Keep forgetting. Apologies. Oh, civilian over here. Okay. And then he's going to do organic iron manipulation. Give each hero 1 crisis token. It's thankfully the second other one of that. And then each hero takes the number of damage equal to the number of crisis tokens that they have. That's not right. So Beast is now knocked out. So he won't be participating further in this campaign. And we need key. I guess the move and attack. Double attack would have been nice, but oh no, actually we're going to keep the double attack because we've got to move and attack in the storyline. So the double attack works, and Beast is out. Okay, so no bam, and he will put out a single thug in that location. He's now also primed for overflow. Do not want that to go off for sure. Okay, so that is it for Magneto's turn. We are back to Iceman. Draw a card. Organic ice body. Can't take any damage to the beginning of the next turn. A move and a heroic feat. Not interested in that. We want to do a double attack. So, that means we can do 3 attacks on the thugs where we are. So we'll go ahead and do that. So that's 3 attacks over here. Oh yeah, because we didn't clear that. We could have, but we didn't. I've lost it all. Ah! Okay. That's 3 attacks. Now I can move, or I can stay where I am and draw my health up. I think I'm going to stay where I am and draw my health up. Because I do get another turn after this. Oh, nice. Nice. Like it. Okay, Beast stands back up and draws up his hand. Here we go. This genius intelligence wasn't very genius at the time, though, was it, mate? Right, I think we're just going to use our single heroic feat for now. Is that what I'm going to do? Single wild, I was thinking. Oh, I want to move and I can't flipping move. Oh, bother. Bother. Could use the Sentinel space station though to get my double wild back into my hand. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, do I want to do that? Oh, I don't want to trigger at this stage him. Oh. So my thinking is I could do a single wild. Everything else is heroic feat, which is useless to me, right? So I could do a single wild, and that will get me over to Genosha. And then I can do 2 attack there, which will put him under pressure. I don't really want to put him under pressure. Oh, what to do? We need one thug to be defeated. I'm literally 1 attack short if I move as well. Ah, so frustrating. Okay, so we're going to do a single wild to move. We're going to do the 2 points of damage on him. And then I'm going to do another 2 points of damage on him. Clear that. Rescue civilian. No, in fact, no. I'm going to leave him there with 1 point of damage. Yeah, I'm going to leave him there with 1 point of damage on the basis that I clear this thug. And again, just gives us that little bit of breathing space for overflow. We're still going to be triggering yeah, under pressure. Okay, so that's what we've done. He's now under pressure. He's drawing. He's going to move 1 and bam. Okay, so he's going to move before he moves. 1, 2, 3. He's going to put a civilian out here. Oh, he's going to cause overflow. Hopefully not. And then he's going to move 1, and he's going to bam. So his bam effect: deal 1 damage to each hero in his location, none, and put a thug in his location, which he can do. It's fine. Okay. Each hero in adjacent locations must discard an action token if they have any. Haven't got any, so that's fine. Okay. So that's it for his BAM. Heroes in this and adjacent locations must reveal a card from their hand at random. If it's got any attacks, which he hasn't got any attacks, so that's fine. And the other BAM is over here. Deal 1 damage to hero with most cards in their hand. We'll go with Beast because he's only really got heroic feats, so that's fine. We'll get rid of that. Okay, that's it. Okay, almost. He's going to put out thugs now. It's going to cause overflow. Darn it. So he's going to put out a thug over here, which is fine, and a thug over here, which is fine. But then he's going to trigger overflow, which means these all flip over. Which means we've now got just 2 locations with civilians left. It's great. And it's not great as he turns the tide. Okay, so Beast was last to go. We are back to Iceman. Oh god, no attacks! Oh god, no attacks! Oh, this isn't going to end well, is it? I can move. I've got 2 wilds. What do you do with that, folks? What do you do with that? Oh, 2 wilds. I can't even do something to then attack him. Flippin' heck. Flippin' heck. So I guess instead of the wild I did a cryokinesis. So that I can move and stun him to prevent his BAM effect. But he's still going to put stuff out. Oh, I think we've lost this again, folks. This is hard. Move, and again, no attack. The Beast can't do anything. Right. Genius Intellect. Use heroic feat as wilds, which means we can deal the last point of damage, clear the threat. So Quicksilver is gone, and we've got a wild left. Got a wild left. What can I do with a single wild? Where can I go for a single one? I'll chance it and come over here and sacrifice a card to gain 2 attack tokens. That's it for us. Back to the villain. It's 2 and a BAM. We get to ignore the BAM, but it is going to cause overflow, which will leave us 1 civilian on the board. So 1 and 2. Okay, so he can't put a civilian out here, and he can't put a thug out here. He can put a thug out there. Overflow occurs there, which means they turn over and adjacent. Overflow occurs here and no others. Okay, that's fine. Eesh. Right, so we avoided the BAM. Stun token's gone. We are back to Iceman. Oh, flipping out. Can't move, I can't attack, I can't get to him. Is the issue, folks. Can't get to him to cause the damage. Flipping out. Alright, we'll do a move. Alright. So we'll do a move and then attack. Thug. We'll scrap that in order to swap my single wild for my double wild. Back into my hand. And over here, I'm going to draw a card. Double heroic feat. It's beast. Oh, it's not enough is the issue. So we're going to do we're going to do a double attack on Magneto. That's 2 points gone. He's got 3 remaining. We're then going to do a move and an attack. I can't do anything with a heroic feat. Okay, that's it for us. It is back to Magneto. 3 and no bam. He's got to put out a civilian first. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so puts a civilian out here, and then he's going to do 1, 2, 3, no bam, and then he's going to put out. Oh. 3 thugs here, triggers overflow, but that means we lose that civilian. So we have 1 civilian left on the board. Okay, it's fine, except we are very likely not going to catch him. So back to Iceman. He has at least got his double wild, and he's got a move and a heroic feat. Okay, let's have a look how this is going to play out. So we can move and then do a single wild, and then we'll do a single attack. He's down to 2 points. Got a heroic feat, which I can't do anything with. Going to end my turn there, which means I would have been able to draw cards, but I haven't got any cards to draw. Over to Beast. Gets, of course, a heroic feat. So even if he moved to, okay, we'll do the heroic feat. So he's going to move and then clear that, and at the end of the turn he'll gain an attack token. It is back to, I haven't got any attack left. Haven't got any attack. Ugh. Back to the villain. 4 and a bam. Okay. So before he does that, he's going to put out a civilian. 1, 2, 3, which you can't put out, which is going to cause overflow. Doesn't have an effect. Okay. Then he's going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's going to bam. He's going to add a thug there. Ah, and we're going to lose the last civilian. Ah, flipping heck. How do you get around this guy? Need more attack. That's the issue. Just didn't have the attack. Well, we did. I guess we did have the attack because we cleared enough of the henchmen, right? But that is harsh. That is. I mean, maybe just leave the blob. But I've lost 4 heroes now going into this campaign against 1 villain. Jeez. That is hard. That is hard. Wow, okay. I'm going to have to put Avengers up against him. This could be a very, very short campaign, folks. Oof, okay. You've seen it. Let me know your thoughts. I will post it up. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal. I mean, we lasted a lot longer, but Without those attacks, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Yeah. I mean, let me know your thoughts, folks. What did I do wrong? Was there something I could have done better? I think first time I tried to focus more on the force fields, get those out, then go in, and we lost very quickly. This time we survived a lot longer, but yeah, we just didn't. I don't think we had enough. I mean, there's a good spattering of attack throughout, but obviously we spent a lot of that attack focusing on the henchmen. Maybe wrongly. Maybe wrongly. Let me know your thoughts, folks. But yeah, I mean, that's frustrating. And we got it down to 2 life. 2 life. But couldn't land those punches at the end. And then we lost the last civilian as Magneto gathered all his forces and swayed everyone into his persuasion. There it is, folks. Let me know if you like this. Please hit that like. If you want to see more of this, please do hit subscribe. It will encourage me. Otherwise, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again back at the table soon for hopefully not so much of another spanking. See you soon. Ta-ta for now.